Hey y'all, let's talk about where I've been and what I've been up to. There's been a lot of things going on, particularly things with my health, which I'll get into a little bit later. Some of you may have noticed that I haven't really made any videos since the beginning of the year. When January and February rolled around, I was really motivated and I was really excited to do some video work. Do as much stuff as possible because I really do love making videos. But unfortunately, I got really busy at my full-time job and videos take a long time to produce. I don't have that much of a following to really make a ton of money off of my content creation on the internet. So I have to supplement my income with freelance. And that stuff can snowball really fast. Like I'm doing too much all the time. And I found myself kind of struggling with that pretty hard. And in late January, I actually went to the doctor for the first time in a very long time, and I got diagnosed with anxiety and I was put on some new anxiety meds. So while all that was happening, I started the process of trying to sell my house. So I had my original realtor come through, trying to get things going, get the ball rolling. It didn't really work out. And so after a few weeks, I decided to shift gears and hit up a friend of mine who I know had got into real estate over the past few years. So that just added another layer of stress and anxiety to everything that was going on. Trying to sell the house has been such a crazy process because it's like something I've never done before and it's a little emotional. Like getting out of this house is going to be really sad. I really, really love living here. This is my first time really living in a house, especially as an adult. I didn't really know how difficult it was gonna be, like all of the challenges of owning a house and having to take care of it and do all these things myself. Well, I say myself, but obviously I've been living here with my partner who unfortunately I'm no longer together with, but we have still been living here and trying to sell this house together. We own the house together. It's our responsibility to do this together. We are on super good terms and there's no beef or anything, and that has been very, very helpful and I'm very grateful for that. But just overall, there's a lot of stress factors involved with selling a house and having to do showing after showing and making decisions and having potential buyers and having contracts and having things fall through. And now this is just another, landslide avalanche thing that's been introduced to the whole rest of the world that I've been dealing with on a personal level. It's also really weird living in the house that you're trying to sell because you'll get showings just popping up out of nowhere, and I feel like I can't get comfortable in my own house. I haven't been able to set up and make a video like this because it's just too much pressure to keep the house in pristine condition. I was setting up my whole deal here, lights, cameras, and in the middle of it, I got a notification that I have a showing tomorrow at 10 a.m. and I'm going to have to immediately break down all this gear and put everything away and clean the entire house before that showing tomorrow. It's just been a lot of stuff that I was not mentally prepared for. So now, after all this, I go back for my checkup for my anxiety meds, and the doctor notices that my blood pressure is a little high. He says, you know what, you're 40, let's go ahead and schedule a physical. So I go back for the physical, and they do my blood work, tell me for the most part, things are fine, except my blood sugar is extremely high, and the doctor immediately diagnoses me with diabetes type 2. I immediately got put on some medicine, was told I have to change my whole lifestyle. I've been treating my body like a piece of shit, to be honest. I drank so much soda, I love sweets and sugar, and so having this abrupt change was very, very difficult. And not to mention that the medications that they put me on had so many rough side effects that it just immediately impacted my life. Like stomach issues, body pains, which is something that I kind of already had, and this kind of exacerbated that. Super low energy levels, and just in general, making it super, super hard to get through the day for the first couple of weeks. So eventually they started adjusting my medication and trying to get me on new medications. We're trying things out. They've got me on a freestyle sensor so that we can constantly monitor my blood sugar. And the good news is that it's getting better and it's improving. And I think it's mostly because I immediately stopped drinking sodas, stopped eating sweets, and I'm trying to be as good as I can about my diet. So obviously, improvements and things are good, but I went back to the doctor for another checkup. Just before I had this other appointment, I found a lump on the side of my body. Obviously that was concerning, so it was the first thing I wanted to bring up to the doctor. We scheduled an ultrasound and I had to go get this thing looked at. Like, it was obviously an indication that something was wrong. So when I got the results of the ultrasound, we found out that I have fatty liver disease and I have a cyst on my liver, but they also found a polyp on my gallbladder. And they are a little bit concerned about that, and they just want to monitor it and make sure that it's not growing. So in the next 6 months, I'll be going back to have another ultrasound update to make sure this thing is not going to be causing me any problems. So they put me on some pain meds, not opioids. Don't worry about that. But it's definitely got my body, fighting me again, and it's caused a lot of pain, a lot of discomfort, a lot of GI issues. And there was, several days where I can barely get out of bed. I've been, skipping work every once in a while just from the pain. And when I'm in the office and I'm walking around, I'm super slow and it's very noticeable. And people are stopping me in the hallways and being like, dude, are you okay? Like, you look pretty bad. And I also lost a lot of weight already. The medication I'm on is probably going to make me lose some more weight. They did give me some Ozempic, which I just started a couple of days ago. It's definitely changed the way I look. It's changing the way I feel. And, it's not all immediately for the better. Like, it's definitely controlling my blood sugar, along with the change in diet. And I've been forcing myself to go on walks around the neighborhood, but it's been such an abrupt change. It's just been so rough. I never really went to the doctor before, and I never really had many health problems. I never treated a lot of health problems, and most of that was because of the way that I was raised and the way that I grew up. People have always joked with me and said that I was being dramatic about things, so I don't like to complain about health issues or things that I find coming up, and I don't go to the doctor very often. And I probably should have been better about that. I should have been more diligent. I should have been more concerned about the familial history, because it turns out that diabetes does run in my family, which I didn't know that. I also should have paid more attention because my dad died of liver cancer and he had a lot of problems with his liver. And most of that was because he drank a lot, and I drink a lot. And unfortunately, because of the problems with my liver, the doctors also told me that I have to stop drinking. So this is something brand new and very strange. It's been about 3 weeks since I've had any alcohol, which is not crazy. I'm pretty sure I've gone that long without drinking before, but the fact that it's like a conscious thing that I have to do makes it feel that much harder. Like, it just gets in my brain and it makes me feel some type of way about it. Like, I don't know how to process things when I'm told I can't do them. I want to do them, but luckily, by not drinking and by changing my diet and by slowly getting back into a routine of exercising, there's a good potential that I can reverse these things that are going on. It's just mentally draining, physically draining. I just want to let you guys know why I haven't been outputting things to the degree that I used to. So yeah, with all that being said, I just want to let you guys know that my goals moving forward are to try to make more stuff, but in a capacity that supports the new lifestyle that I have to lead. Like, I need to be more healthy, I need to rest more, and I need to do things for me. The biggest thing that I can do for me is get my rest and be as healthy as possible. So as much as I wish that I could continue to make a new drawing for my Instagram every single day, I need to control myself and I need to pace myself. And I hope that you guys stick around through all of that, because it means a lot to me. And I know that you guys will understand, and I know that you guys will support me, but I want to be open and honest and transparent. So I'm going to reserve my energy for a couple of pieces of content every once in a while, drawings, videos, but I also want to do pop-ups, sell my merch. I love selling stickers. I love making and selling my fonts. All of these are things that I want to be able to sustain and continue to do for as long as I possibly can. And hopefully you'll stick around, maybe turn on some notifications. Since I won't be posting all the time, at least you'll be able to get notified whenever I have something new come out. So yeah, that's it for this one. Thank you guys so much for checking this out. And like always, we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.